applicator how to do it, you're working with small squares. So maybe you put together a 12-inch square or an 18-inch square that has one snowflake on it or two snowflakes on it. The applique is done with Roxanne's glue based it. We don't use a fusible because it's very lightweight and it gives you relief. And the applique is done with the Orfil 28 weight. Now, we don't use a zigzag, we don't go back and forth. Our applique is done in the coloring technique, forward and backward. And Mary's going to talk to you about doing that on your domestic machine. I've always been a piecer who never used cream. I always used the thread that matched the fabric that I was trying to piece, because that always made sense to me. Maybe because my mom was a sewer, and I got that from her, but it never made sense that I would piece everything with cream. That doesn't fly. So I think it's awesome that you can piece with the 50 weight. And then if you do your own machine quilting, you can use the 40 weight on the top and then still the 50 weight in the bobbin. So you're going like a long way. And then the colors match perfectly because they have 252 colors. So you can always find thread that matches the thing you're piecing, plus the thing you want to quilt, and then the thing you're appliquing. We started doing these applique projects, and then, of course, like she has to get them done in 24 hours. So, isn't this a great idea? We have to fly tomorrow. So that's why, initially it was that she would applique and quilt at the same time. But we can't teach that. You know, you can't bring your long arm to class, right? So I'm like, well, I'm a domestic sewer. I sew my domestic machine. How am I going to teach that beautiful applique that you do on a domestic machine? And I don't drop my three dogs. I've tried it. I've done my best. I've drunk the wine. And they said, let it flow. And it doesn't flow. There's no flowing for me. So I figured out how to do an applique stitch that I love, using a straight stitch with my feet dogs up. And that is with your reverse button. It's your friend. And 100 miles an hour. Pedal to the metal, ladies. So you just...
That's where the drinking came in?
I didn't realize the connection there. Like,
she's like, well, that's not working. Now she's drunk and the button's going. She's like, look at this.
So on a Bernina, it's very convenient. The button is right there. So you can go forward and hit the reverse and go back in the same way. And the way that we do our edge coloring applique, the messier the better. I'm not recommending the drinking, I'm just saying. The messier the better. And you don't want to go over the stitches you just created. You want to be a little to the left or right. So you're really, if you think of it, you're coloring the edge of your fabric with thread. So the more you do, you really can't mess it up. You can have a lot of thread there, but you really can't mess that up. So that's how that came into play. Then we realized we're using all three weights of thread. What is the name of that purple book? Coat Flower Garden. It's our newest pattern. Sorry. We just introduced that one at this market.
And those three patterns that we just showed you,
The Snowflake, Autumn's Arrival, and Coat Flower Garden are all made with packs, the strip packs from Island Boutiques. So all those three quilts are all the exact same size. You use all 40 fabrics, all 40 strips, make the exact size background, same size border, so you can hang them in the same spot in your house. There will be the spring one coming next spring. This quilt is done with, this is Summer Blooms. This is a fat quarter pack. So just all fat quarters makes the background. You use a fat quarter for each of the applique pieces. And the cool thing about our applique is because we didn't come from applique, we needed to come up with a way that made sense to us. So all of our applique pieces tend to be big, chunky pieces. So you add detail with the thread. And not when you're doing the applique, when you're doing the quilting. So you can bring
with the 50 weight thread. That's what we always piece with.
that was the problem under there.
The reason we piece with that thread is, like Mary said, you can always match the color thread her
No
a
one
heads up.
told her.
No one
That's
told
all.
her.
She just needed
In
to
the
be told.
beginning, people used white thread because that's all you could get. Well, now you can get everything.
The nice thing about the 50-weight thread also is that as a teacher, I owned a store for 9 years. As a teacher, you could really adds to your students' accuracy because the thread is so it's just a beautiful weight that when it kind of melds into the weave of the fabric, and then when you press it open, it really is accurate. Like you're not taking up any space with thread. So it kind of adds to their accuracy as well.